Have you ever looked at someone else's success and suddenly you felt like you were falling behind? You see someone buying their first house, someone getting promoted, someone starting a successful business, someone reaching a goal you have been working toward for years. And instead of feeling happy for them, something inside you says, "Why am I not there yet?" And you begin comparing. You compare your income, your career, your relationships, your achievements, your progress, and slowly, someone else's success becomes a measurement of your own worth. But what if we looked at success differently? What if instead of asking, "Why are they ahead of me?" we asked, "What can I learn from them?" What if someone else's success was not proof that you were behind, but proof that what you want is possible? Their success does not take anything away from your journey. Their achievement does not make yours less valuable. And their timeline is not your timeline. Sometimes, the people you are tempted to compare yourself with can become the very people who inspire you to keep going. Part 1: Someone else's success is not your failure. One of the biggest mistakes we make is believing that life is a competition, where someone else's success means there is less success available for us. If someone gets promoted, you feel behind. If someone starts a business, you feel like you should have started sooner. If someone reaches a financial goal, you question your own progress. But think about this. If someone succeeds, did you fail? No. Their success and your progress can exist at the same time. Someone else's victory does not erase your effort. Someone else's achievement does not cancel your potential. And someone else's success does not mean you are running out of time. There is no universal schedule for life. Some people achieve things early, some achieve them later, some take a straight path, others take a path full of setbacks and unexpected turns. But that does not make one journey better than another. Your life is not a race where the person who arrives first wins. It is a journey, and your responsibility is not to arrive before everyone else. Your responsibility is to keep moving toward the life you are trying to build. So when you see someone succeeding, instead of saying, "I am behind," try saying, "I am happy for them and I will keep working on my own journey." That is a healthier way to look at success. Part 2: Let success show what is possible. Sometimes, someone else's success is exactly the evidence you need. You may have a dream that feels impossible. You may think, "Can someone like me really do that?" Then you meet someone who did it. Maybe they came from a similar background. Maybe they had limited resources. Maybe they experienced failure. Maybe they started with almost nothing. And yet, they built something. Suddenly, your dream does not seem quiet, and it sounds as if it is not impossible anymore. Their success becomes evidence. Evidence that a person can start small and grow. Evidence that failure does not have to be the end. Evidence that difficult circumstances do not always determine the final outcome. This is why you should be careful about how you look at successful people. Do not only see what they have, look at what their journey proves. If someone built something from nothing, maybe you can build something too. If someone learned a difficult skill, maybe you can learn it too. If someone changed their life, maybe you can change yours too. You do not have to become them. You simply have to let their story expand your idea of what is possible. Sometimes, someone else's success gives you permission to dream bigger. Part 3: Study the journey, not just the result. When we look at successful people, we often see the final result. We see the business, the house, the career, the money, the awards, the recognition, but we do not see everything that happened before those things. We do not see the rejection, the failed attempts, the late nights, the mistakes, the uncertainty, the years when nobody knew their name. That is why comparing yourself to someone else's result can be dangerous. You are looking at their destination while standing in the middle of your own journey. Instead of asking, why do they have what I want? Ask, what did they do to get there? Study their process, study their habits, study their discipline, study their decisions, study the sacrifices they made, study the mistakes they learned from. Because the result may inspire you, but the journey can teach you. Maybe they woke up early every day. Maybe they spent years learning. Maybe they saved money instead of spending it. Maybe they kept working when nobody believed in them. Maybe they failed repeatedly and kept trying. That is the part worth studying. Do not simply admire someone's destination. Learn from the road they traveled. Part 4: Celebrate without feeling smaller. Sometimes we struggle to celebrate someone else's success because their success reminds us of something we want. You may genuinely be happy for them, but at the same time, you feel a little disappointed in yourself. That is human. But you do not have to stay there. You can train yourself to celebrate without comparing. When someone succeeds, say, good for them. When someone reaches a goal, say, I hope they enjoy it. When someone achieves something difficult, say, that inspires me. Their success does not make you smaller. In fact, learning to genuinely celebrate other people's victories can make you stronger because you stop seeing life as a competition. You stop believing that someone else has to lose for you to win. You begin to understand that there is room for many people to succeed. There is room for their story, and there is room for yours. So celebrate people, congratulate them, learn from them, ask them questions, and when the time comes, allow them to celebrate you too. Because success becomes much more meaningful when you do not have to feel guilty for someone else's success. Part 5: Turn envy into motivation. Let us be honest. Sometimes you will feel envy. You will see someone doing something you desperately want to do, and something inside you will hurt. Do not pretend you never feel it. Instead, use it. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Maybe it is showing you something you genuinely want. Maybe it is revealing a goal you have been ignoring. Maybe it is reminding you of a dream you gave up on. Instead of allowing envy to become resentment, turn it into information. If you envy someone's fitness, maybe you need to take better care of your body. If you envy someone's career, maybe it is time to develop your skills. If you envy someone's courage, maybe you need to start taking more risks. If you envy someone's discipline, maybe you need to become more disciplined yourself. The feeling is not the problem. What you do with it matters. You can use it to criticize someone, or you can use it to improve yourself. You can say, why do they have that? Or you can ask, what can I learn from them? That question turns comparison into growth. Part 6: Your journey has its own timeline. There is something you have to accept. Your life will not happen according to someone else's schedule. Maybe you thought you would achieve something by 25 and you did not. Maybe you thought you would be financially successful by 30 and you are not there yet. Maybe you thought your career would look completely different by now. Maybe you thought your life would be further ahead. That can be painful. But being later than you expected does not mean you are too late. Life is not a machine that produces the same result at the same age for everyone. People have different starting points, different responsibilities, different opportunities, different struggles, different circumstances, and different paths. You cannot fairly compare your timeline to someone else's. Maybe they started earlier. Maybe they had advantages you did not have. Maybe they faced different challenges. Maybe their journey simply moved faster. That is okay. Your responsibility is not to explain why their journey is different. Your responsibility is to keep building yours. Do not let someone else's timeline make you disrespect your own. Part 7: Let their success remind you to keep going. Sometimes the best thing you can do when you see someone succeeding is keep working. Not because you are competing with them, but because their success reminds you that progress is possible. Maybe you have been working on something for years. Maybe you are in the boring part. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you have started questioning whether it is worth continuing. Then you see someone finally achieve something similar. Instead of thinking, they got there before me, think, they got there. So I know it can be done. And that can change everything. Their success becomes encouragement. Their story becomes evidence. Their achievement becomes fuel. You do not have to copy their path. You do not have to reach your goal in exactly the same way. You simply have to keep moving because one day someone else may look at your story and think the same thing. If they did it, maybe I can do it too. Part 8: Become someone who inspires others. There is another beautiful part of success. One day, your journey may become someone else's inspiration. Someone may see what you built. Someone may hear about what you overcame. Someone may watch you continue after failure. And your story may give them courage. You may not even know it. That is why you should never underestimate the value of your journey. Your success is not only about what you gain, it can also become proof for someone else. Your discipline can inspire someone. Your resilience can encourage someone. Your mistakes can teach someone. Your progress can give someone hope. So keep going, not only for yourself, but also for the people who may one day need to see that it is possible. And when you succeed, do not forget what it felt like to be at the beginning. Reach back, encourage someone, share what you learned, help someone avoid the mistakes you made. Because the best kind of success is success that gives something back. Final chapter: Let their success light the way. The next time you see someone succeed, pause. Before you compare yourself, congratulate them. Before you ask why you are not there, ask what you can learn. Before you feel discouraged, remember that their success is evidence that progress is possible. Their success does not mean you are behind. Their success does not mean you have failed. Their success does not take away your opportunity. It simply means someone has shown you what can be done. So study them, learn from them, celebrate them. Let their discipline inspire your discipline. Let their courage inspire your courage. Let their journey remind you to keep going. And remember, you do not need to become exactly like them. You do not need their life. You do not need their timeline. You need your own. Your journey may take longer. It may look different. It may have more setbacks. It may have unexpected turns. But it is still your journey. And there is something beautiful about that, because your goal is not to become someone else. Your goal is to become the best version of yourself. So when you see someone succeed, do not let their success make you feel smaller. Let it make you think bigger. Let it remind you that people can grow, people can change, people can overcome difficult circumstances, people can start with very little and build something meaningful. And maybe you can too. So keep working, keep learning, keep moving, keep believing. Because one day, someone may look at your story and find the courage to begin their own. And remember, do not let someone else's success remind you of what you lack. Let it remind you of what is possible. Their success is not the end of your story. It may simply be a light, showing you what is possible on your own path. Let it inspire you. Let it teach you. Let it remind you to keep going. And when your time comes, do the same for someone else.